Igboho must be free completely without nothing to say. And tó bá wá sọ pé a bá yọ wanted yẹn Igboho gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation mọ́, irọ́ ni o. Ni wá fún ní security is entirely up to you. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ kó pa gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tán, Igboho ní in tí wọ́n fi ń pè ní Igboho wọ́n bí Fúlàní náà dá 7 days tá a bá fún wọn ní ultimatum pé gbogbo Fúlàní pátá Igboho ní kẹ́ kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ wa nínú igbó wọ́n bí bàbá wọn dá kọ́ dúró. Tí wọ́n bá fún Igboho ní security kọ́ wọ́ ẹni tó máa fún ní security kọ́ fa Gani Adams jáde. Kí ni iṣẹ́ Gani Adams nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? What is his job? Kí ni role ẹ̀? Àti ní bàbá wa nísìn I met Alaafin the new one Kábíyèsí kọ́ pàṣẹ fún Gani Adams kọ́ kọ́ àwọn ọmọ jáde tó bá ní ìdàwà náà àtẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn kò sẹ́rù kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ń bá àrò èmi mọ́. If Gani Adams says he needs me as well to be on the forefront, I will go with him. Intelligent man. Ó mọ̀ dájú pé President Bola Tinubu has what it takes to remove that wanted off his name. Tó bá wọn Igbo kọ́ forí lálẹ̀ pé Nnamdi Kanu wà níbẹ̀, it's entirely up to them. Káwọn èèyàn Nnamdi Kanu kọ́ dìde fún. Tó bá wọn àwọn Fúlàní kọ́ forí lálẹ̀. Let President Bola Tinubu prove to Yoruba people that blood is thicker than water lóòótọ́. If otherwise, irọ́ ló ń pa fún gbogbo wa. Tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ tiẹ̀ ni, wàá fi Igboho sílẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ brother tiẹ̀ ni, wàá fi Igboho sílẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ Igboho yìí nígbà fúnjọba. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ look into it because terrorists ò lè máa operate kọ́ máa dẹ́rù bá wọn yàn. Tí Gani Adams ò dìde, Igboho dẹ̀ náà fẹ́ dìde. Ó tún sọ pé ẹ fóun ní èèyàn, òun á bá ṣiṣẹ́, kí lẹ tún fẹ́ jù yẹn lọ. Béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa, ẹ̀tọ́ tá à ń béèrè fún kò gbọ́dọ̀ pè wá ní terrorist, kò gbọ́dọ̀ pè wá ní ọ̀daràn torí pé a commit any crime. In the last 5 years, we have not done anything that warrant our arrest or warrant us to be wanted. So wanted on Igboho needs now to be removed as quickly as possible. Pé Tinubu òun náà ti ń drive mọ́tò yẹn nísìn àbí blood is thicker than water. Ọmọ olódò ọdẹ ó ti ń drive Nàìjíríà lọ báyìí. Ọmọ mọ́tò yìí dùn gan-an. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ti ń gbádùn o kò tẹ̀ sí problem mọ́ ní baba ńlá Koiki kan parọ́ ni ráìsì ti cheap gan báyìí ọmọ gbogbo èèyàn ti ríṣẹ́ kí ni Koiki kan sọ báyìí ọmọ èèyàn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má dà Koiki lóhùn blood is thicker than water èmi ní kẹtẹ̀lé o Tinubu náà ti wá ń drive mọ́tò báyìí bọ̀ bó ṣe ń drive mọ́tò yẹn tó ń gbé bọ̀ ní ọ̀nà Èkó látàbújá àṣẹ mọ́tò yẹn ọ̀nà Kaduna ló ń drive lọ bọ̀ Tinubu ò mọ̀ torí pé Tinubu ò lè àdírẹ́sì gbogbo problem tó wà nínú Nàìjíríà nítorí pé àwọn tó ń bẹ nínú Nàìjíríà àwọn tó mọ̀ nípa Nàìjíríà wọn ò ní jẹ́ kí Tinubu rí drive tó bá tẹ̀ wá drive ẹ̀ dé Èkó tó bá di 2031 wọ́n bí dá kó sọ pé òun tó fẹ́ lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ó gbọ́dọ̀ gbélẹ̀ ó gbọ́dọ̀ hand over sílẹ̀ if not ṣẹ̀rí àwọn mọ́tò tẹ̀rí yẹn àwọn fire weapon yẹn àwọn mọ́tò kankan chief sọ fún mi lánàá pé ó kéré jù we are looking about 300 million naira and we are talking about 15 of them ní a fi wọ̀nyí lánàá we are talking about 15 of those vehicles níbo ló ń kó lọ níbo ló ti ń bọ̀ àwọn kan ní kò ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà kátẹ̀ gbàdúrà pé kò ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà but tó bá gbé wọ Nàìjíríà we are all in problem. Now let's move the movement and the conversation forward quickly. Mo kí ìyàwó comfort Anoluwapo wọ́n ní my brother má torí tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pastor má sọ̀rọ̀ pastor Túndé Bákàrè bàbá yẹn má parọ́ gan torí bàbá yẹn ní òun mọ̀ pé Buhari ó ní Buhari búra fóun pé òun ò mọ̀ kankan nípa bó ṣe wá àtàkì Igboho whereas Buhari wà nínú Nàìjíríà kò mọ̀ bó ṣe àtàkì Igboho wọ́n kọ́ àwọn èèyàn lọ sábújá wọ́n gba passport Igboho wọ́n jẹ́ kó rí passport mi ṣe wọ́n declare wanted pastor Túndé Bákàrè dẹ̀ dúró títí tí Buhari fi kú ó wá ń sọ yẹn síta. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You can see why I said the Nigerian vehicle as it's been driven. Ibi tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ ló mọ̀ má defend Nigeria èmi náà defend it dáadáa for 10 years ni mo fi defend Nigeria ní UK o 10 good years. Àwọn tó lè confirm it. I could have had my own property in Nigeria. I could have been a big boy. Big boy, let me be. Yes, I have the privilege and access. But torí ọjọ́ báyìí táwọn ò mọ̀ pé ń bọ̀ làwa ṣe torí pé kò ń ṣe pé kòwé mi náà bẹ́ẹ̀ mi náà fẹ́ di big boy ní Nàìjíríà kí sójà máa tẹ̀lé mi bí Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù kò lè dá lọ sí Ilé-Ifẹ̀ bó ṣe wà yẹn. We can control our border. Èèyàn kan ní English brother thank you you go try that English. I don't know whether that one go fit work o. And this place no be Mayegun general. This place na Yoruba platform. If you feel understand small, you sit down. If you don't understand, I no fit help you. why I don't have a problem with the Igbos. But what I'm saying is that let's have a country so that we can control the borders. That is all. Because Igbo, I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with Yoruba, with Fulani, Hausa. Let's have a country and let us determine. Imagine putting problem in this Yoruba nation. You talk too much. Okay, Mutigo, bye. Thank you. Au revoir. Irú ẹ̀kọ́ làwọn wá níbí ìbá ọmọ Fúlàní. Àwọn Fúlàní tí ìyá yín ti gbé gbogbo díẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Fúlàní ti gbé kan síbẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ àlè. Mo kí bàbá mi John Ogundele. Do you understand why it's called borders? Ó ní owó. It also be American embassy. Please, people they abuse me. People are talking about me. My best friend is having wedding. Yeah, chief priest, the best friend of Davido. He could not make it to America. He would either take a private jet of Davido and go to America, but only lost America because only the visa to Mafidi America. This is why we're calling for a country. He has the money, but the Americans said, no, we're not going to give you the visa. I don't know the reason why. Ìyàwó one American is in Bowo phone. Baba Chioma was not at that wedding. So kile wan sọ fẹ́ mi pé if you marry Yoruba and if you marry Igbo, how are we going to resolve that problem? Orí òpè ọmọ àlè. That is an immigration issue that will be resolved with no problem. But because many of you are still thinking that blood is thicker than water, and that is a bloody lie. Blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. Irony. Badala, blood is thicker than water. Anybody say rubbish, I'm block money. I don't spare I want the time maybe by it. This is why we are saying that let's take control of Yoruba borders. We don't have issues with the other people, but we want to take full control of our borders under the self-determination. Even Davido could not plead with the American government to issue back visa to his mother-in-law and to the best friend. Shebi Davido ní influence. Shebo ní owó lọ́wọ́ kò ṣe sọ fún American embassy pé ẹ bá mi issue visa fún chief priest. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi dáadáa ni, and I want him to attend my wedding. You can see why we're telling lies to ourselves that we are one country. We will never be one country because there is differences between us. Kí ni differences here? Èdè, language. How many of you are following Simon Ekpa case? I am following it. I am following it back to back. Because kò ní interest sẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá, kí ló pààyàn pẹ̀lú Simon Ekpa? Igbo ni Biafra ló ń jà fún. So why are you interested? But I am interested because I am a journalist and I want them to have their freedom. Mo fẹ́ káwọn náà dá dúró so that we can compete in many areas, in the health sector, in the business sector. Let's come back. The movie tí mo wò yẹn, òun ni mo fẹ́ fi gbé program yìí wọlé nísìn dáadáa. They are currently at the episode it's called the Beyond the Bar. It's a legal film that has highly intelligent, I am not talking about all these senior advocates of Nigeria in Nigeria that cannot come out and tell the truth about Nigeria anymore because gbogbo wọn ti jẹjẹkújẹ. Gbogbo wọn pátá, some of them are in their 90s, one in university, àwọn tó in university, every time they're coming on the TV, we can never be one. And no election will be conducted in Nigeria that will favor the three most important ethnic groups. Today in Nigeria, Tinubu have the right to rig the election. Don't come and tell me Tinubu will rig the election. Britain rigged the first election. Anybody will rig election. And we will never satisfy each other. Why then are we pushing ourselves into a one country when we can have many countries out of Nigeria? Malta is less than 1 million. So don't come and tell me about àwọn èèyàn tó kù ńkọ́. The question I'm asking this afternoon, ìbéèrè tí mò ń bi ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ni pé, ṣé blood is thicker than water? If blood is thicker than water, why is President Bola Tinubu suffering Yoruba people? Kí ló dé tó ń fìyà jẹ wá? Kí ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tá ṣe fún President Bola Tinubu tó fi ń fìyà jẹ wá because kò jẹ́ kó fìyà jẹ wá? Number one, why is Ighoho still under lock and key? Kí ni Ighoho ṣe? Did Ighoho stop Tinubu from becoming the president? No. Ighoho was asking for security of Yoruba people. He came out, defend Yoruba people. He was chased away. He's asking for self-determination. Tinubu might not want self-determination, does not mean that we cannot sit together and have a dialogue about the movement. Why did Tinubu not dúró nígbà tí Abacha fi pa? Why did Tinubu run out of Nigeria? Those that know him very well are still in London. One of the lawyers that I know is my uncle. Gbogbo wọn jọ sá wá sí UK níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn ni. I was still in his office some few months back before I left UK. So if we are now coming out to say we want security of our people, we want our people to have safety, we want our people to be protected, and Ighoho can do the job. Gani Adams is in Nigeria. He's moving around. He doesn't want Yoruba nation, but it's a lie. Because Gani Adams has appeared in many programs that says that òun ò lè sọ but òun náà fẹ́ Yoruba nation. Kí ló dé tá fún Gani Adams? The exit out of Nigeria. Igboho pa Seriki ni, ṣó pa Seriki ni. By the time we got there, Seriki was not in town. He was already left the location where we told him to leave. The reason why we went there was because Seriki was creating havoc for the lives of Yoruba people. Kò jẹ́ káwọn Yoruba tó ń gbé ní axis yẹn kọ́ ní àlàáfíà. Bàbá wa Aborode, a PhD, came from Germany. Wọ́n pa sí Ìgàngán. Igboho dìde. I went with him. And we asked now, why ti President Bola Tinubu tá bá ń sọ pé blood is thicker than water? Kí ló dé tí kò fẹ́ respond sí ọ̀rọ̀ Igboho? Kí ni Igboho ṣe? Kí ni Sunday Igboho ṣe fún Bola Tinubu? Nothing. What has he done to Bola Tinubu? Ṣó pa lọ́mọ jẹ ni? Ṣó gba ìyàwó ẹ̀ ni? No. Bola Tinubu can be the president, but he only has one life as well, just like any one of us. Ìjọ kan dẹ̀ ni gbogbo wa máa kú. If blood is thicker than water, why should a terrorist operating in Nigeria and Igboho is chased out of Nigeria? Ẹ fẹ́ dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni, but we are smart. Igboho kọ́ lẹ máa kó bá, ara yín lẹ máa kó bá. We know the game that you are trying to do. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa kó bá ara yín. Because Sunday Igboho kò ṣe anything. We saw terrorists moving with heavy hammering. The question is Bola Tinubu, the president, still in charge of Nigeria, or Sultan of Sokoto, that he call himself the devil of Sokoto? Àwọn ọmọ Usman Dan Fodio. Tẹ́yìn bá ń bẹ̀rù wọn torí pé ẹ̀ tí mọ̀ pé gbogbo ilẹ̀ máa kú, èmi náà máa kú, Bola Tinubu máa kú, ìjọta máa kú, Ọlọ́run ló mọ̀. Bá a sọ lé ní, a máa kú, tá bá sọ, a máa kú. Kí ló dé tá àkúkú sọ délẹ̀? A dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn bàbá tó ti ń dìde. A máa dọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀. Oṣù yìí náà ni àná òbí àti ilé Ifẹ̀ with Sunday Igboho. À ń bọ̀ lọ kí bàbá. A tún fẹ́ bí bàbá wa Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ Ọ̀jájá the second pé kí ni bàbá wa olóyè Sunday Igboho ṣe? Ẹ bá wa gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lọ bá President Bola Tinubu nínú Asoro. Kí ni Igboho ṣe tí ọmọ 1994 Tuji Bello ó ń demonstrate pé nínú Nàìjíríà kò sẹ́ni tó lè mú òun. The boy is 1994 ọmọ kékeré ó wá ń dẹ́rù bà gbogbo Nàìjíríà, and Bola Tinubu is the president and he has not asked for his wanted on that man. Inú Nigeria ló ti cooperate láti outside Nigeria. That means that there's nothing called blood is thicker than water. Irọ́ ni gbogbo wọn pa fúnra wa. Blood can never be thicker than water, and Igboho, that is a Yoruba man, Bola Tinubu, that is a Yoruba man. If they want to call it nepotism, let the Igbo call it nepotism. Let the Fulani call it nepotism. Buhari played nepotism throughout his 8 years in the government. Kí ló dé? Tebani kadake, atidake. But it is time that they look into the problem that is currently making Yoruba people to be scared, which is security. Self-determination. We will continue to demand our right. It is the right of the government to sit down with us and have a conversation. That is how it is done in a very diplomatic and in a sane world. But we know that Nigeria doesn't want that. But wàhálà yẹn ọwọ́ ara yín lẹ ti máa dá sílẹ̀ kò ṣàwà. Mo kí àlùkà. So gbogbo àwọn bá wa àtàwọn bá ta tó máa lọ bá àtàwọn ta ti bá ẹ bá wa lọ bá President Bola Tinubu. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ yọ 1/3 kúrò lọ́rọ̀ Igboho. If Igboho now decide that he wants to live in Germany and Cotonou, is entirely up to him. Even if he doesn't want to come back home. But that 1/3 must be removed from his name, and they have to open his bank account. Ó níyàwó lọ́mọ. But if they come and survive, we see how the armories are being taken out of the military barracks by the terrorists. Àrí bó ṣe attack àwọn èèyàn tó ń gba ransom 1 million. Do you know what 1 million can buy? 1 million will buy enough at least ẹ̀pà tó ń pè ní bullet tó o bá tẹ̀ ra AK-47 kí ló dé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ni Ìgbòho ṣe kí ni nǹkan tí Ìgbòho ṣe tí gbogbo wa dákẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ tiẹ̀ ni wàá fi Ìgbòho sílẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ brother tiẹ̀ ni wàá fi Ìgbòho sílẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho yìí nígbà fúnjọba ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ look into it because terrorists ò lè máa operate kọ́ máa dẹ́rù bá wọn yàn tí Gani Adams ò dìde Ìgbòho dẹ̀ náà fẹ́ dìde ó tún sọ pé ẹ fóun ní èèyàn òun á bá ṣiṣẹ́ kí lẹ tún fẹ́ jù yẹn lọ kí lẹ tún fẹ́ jù yẹn lọ but ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ kẹ́ wá pé Ìgbòho ní terrorist irọ́ lẹ pa àti gbọ́n eléyìí ò ṣe 2021 mọ̀ ṣe rántí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe kọ́kọ́ wá sílé nìyẹn kí Buhari kó tó wá àtà tí ẹ rán wọn many military personnel tẹ́ ẹ rán wọn wá ẹ rò pé àwa máa pààyàn sí yín lọ́rùn nípa anybody anybody lọ́rùn torí pé we know that under the legal right in tí Ìgbòho ń ṣe kò ń ṣe crime. And it is time that all the kings in Yoruba land rise up and speak against this injustice. If truly, táwọn bàbá sọ pé blood is thicker than water. If otherwise, kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ blood is thicker than water. Irọ́ lẹ fi ń pa fún wa. And that's why when I watched that movie, I realized, according to the episode tí mo wò, Beyond the Bar, a young, rocky lawyer with a strong sense of justice. What I am fighting for is justice for not Igboho, but justice for every single human in Nigeria, but most especially the Yoruba tribes. A gbọ́dọ̀ béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa, ẹ̀tọ́ tá à ń béèrè fún kò gbọ́dọ̀ pè wá ní terrorist, kò gbọ́dọ̀ pè wá ní ọ̀daràn torí pé a commit any crime. In the last 5 years, we have not done anything that warrant our arrest or warrant us to be wanted. So wanted on Igboho needs now to be removed as quickly as possible. And it's entirely up to him whether Igboho will travel. We have seen that because it is Nigeria that is calling him wanted. He has a passport that he used to travel. I have come to pick him up at the airport. He has never been stopped at London Heathrow Airport. He has never been stopped at Stansted. We even traveled together on an airline to Belfast. Because mo fẹ́ confirm pé bóyá irọ́ ni chief ń pa chief ó yá kò gbọ́dọ̀ pẹ́ book ticket. Èmi nìkan mo lè confirm pé interfin travel yóò ó wọná kò ṣe fake lẹ́gbẹ́ dání. Wọ́n ní ṣé mo tún gbà wọ́n gbọ́ ni mo ní mo gbà yín gbọ́ but mo fẹ́ bá yín wọ plane kátẹ̀jọ́ wọ plane káwọn èèyàn rí wa pé àjọ wọ plane. And we travel excuse me to Belfast. I was there when they were checking him in. So kí lè wá ń sọ pé wanted ni ẹni tó bá jẹ́ wanted gbogbo àgbáyé náà máa wà. And this is why we're grateful to President Patrick Stallone for having it in the whole of humanity to realize that Igboho is not a criminal. And anybody that surrounds Igboho, they are not also a criminal. And that is why Igboho and Baba Akintoye have lived peacefully in Benin Republic. Every time he's around until he returned back to Germany to his children and the wife. Kí ló wá jẹ́ pé ilé tí bàbá ẹ̀ kò lè wọlé kò ṣe pé kò lè wọlé ẹ rò pé Igboho lè wọlé ó lè wọlé but like I said ẹ fẹ́ pè ní ọ̀daràn yẹn but àwọn ò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ pè ní ọ̀daràn mọ́ because Igboho will not misuse the power tọ́lọ́run fún but is an intelligent man. Ó mọ̀ dájú pé President Bola Tinubu has what it takes to remove that wanted off his name. Tó bá wọn Igbo kọ́ forí lálẹ̀ pé Nnamdi Kanu wà níbẹ̀ is entirely up to them. Káwọn èèyàn Nnamdi Kanu kọ́ dìde fún. Tó bá wọn àwọn Fúlàní kọ́ forí lálẹ̀. Let President Bola Tinubu prove to Yoruba people that blood is thicker than water lóòótọ́. If otherwise irọ́ ló ń pa fún gbogbo wa. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń pè ní blood is thicker than water. And this is why we are saying again and again, as we are preparing to head to Ile-Ife, where we will also be presenting the same message to Ooni of Ife, or Jaja II. Kọ́ba wa sọ fún President Bola Tinubu, tó bá jẹ́ pé lótìtọ́ lódodo, blood is thicker than water, Igboho must be free, completely, without nothing to say. And tó bá wá sọ pé abáyọ wanted yẹn, Igboho gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation mọ́, irọ́ ni o. And wá fún ní security is entirely up to you. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ kó pa gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tán. Igboho ní in tí wọ́n fi ń pè ní Igboho wọ́n bí Fúlàní náà dá. 7 days tá bá fún wọn ní ultimatum pé gbogbo Fúlàní pátá Igboho ní kẹ́ kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ wa nínú igbó. Wọ́n bí bàbá wọn dá kọ́ dúró. 7 days for majority Igboho bá dé announce ẹ̀, but a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n pẹ̀lú òye, torí pé kí ni a lè jẹ́ kí President Bola Tinubu lọ sọ fún United Nations pé ṣé ni Buhari ṣé ni Igboho wọnú igbó ló ń pa gbogbo àwọn Fúlàní o, ṣé ni Igboho ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń dàlúrú o, torí pé Igboho kì í ṣe ọ̀daràn. The same thing Buhari wanted to do, they say the same thing pẹ̀lú Igboho. Igboho must gain his freedom without no condition. Kò gbọdọ̀ sí any condition ní lórí. Tẹ́ bá fún ní security is a privilege. He has said he's ready. He spoke to Oloye Igboho 2 years ago. Àwọn ready, ẹ má fún wa lówó, ànídowó. Ẹ kò support wa, ẹ fún wọn síta pé ká wọlé. Many people will still have to die tí a bá gba security. Gbogbo wa là ń gbọ́ pé ìlú ń dawóró. Do you know the meaning of that? Àwọn ìlú yẹn ó jẹ́ kí Igboho lè jáde pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń gbé ní community yẹn padà síbẹ̀ tó bá bí Fúlàní kan dá kó wọnú bẹ̀. But wọ́n ò fi jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀, ẹ wá jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn wa máa sá, wọ́n sá, àwọn èèyàn wa abandon ilé tó kọ́, wọ́n abandon community. Even if it's one community out of the 191 local government that we have, Ìfẹ́lódún community tó ń sọ ní Kwara yẹn is still part of Yorùbá land. Èèyàn kan máa sọ fún mi pé Koiki, ṣé mo mọ̀ pé ibi tí Yorùbá pọ̀ sí jù ní Kwara ni wọ́n attack? Wọ́n attack ibi táwọn Sùlù Gàmbàrí wà. But intervention ni pé ẹrù pàwọ́ stupid, àwa kọ́ máa wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí attack. Àbí Igboho is not gonna do any such. Bí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá bá fẹ́ security, ẹ jẹ́ ká pariwo ẹ̀ síta pé kó ṣe nǹkan lé lórí. Tí wọ́n bá fún Igboho ní security, kó wá ẹni tó máa fún ní security, kó fa Gani Adams jáde. Kí ni iṣẹ́ Gani Adams nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? What is his job? Kí ni role ẹ̀? Àti ní bàbá wa nísìn, I met Alaafin, the new one, Kábíyèsí. Kó pàṣẹ fún Gani Adams, kó kó àwọn ọmọ jáde. Tó bá ní ìdàwà náà àtẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn, kò sẹ́rù kankan tó ń bá aró èmi mọ́. If Gani Adams says he needs me as well to be on the forefront, I will go with him. Kò sí ikú kan tó fẹ́ parọ́ àwọn ọmọ nísìn. If he needs me, I will go with him. But he cannot be sitting in Lagos State attending party when Yoruba people are being killed and be telling us, "Ẹ wọ tí pàṣẹ fóun ni." Bàbá wa Aláàfin, mo bẹ̀ yín bàbá, ẹ bá wa pàṣẹ fún Gani Adams. Èyí tó ṣe tó nínú ilé tó ń jókòó tó ń sùn tó ń pa gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó dìde. This is the time ẹ pàṣẹ fún. Wọ́n ní àgbàtà ní Aláàfin tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n ti fìyẹn fi parọ́ fún wa pé Aláàfin ló máa ṣígun fáwọn, ẹ bá wa ṣígun fún wọn. Ní kọ́ ṣígun fún àwọn Fúlàní tó wà nínú ìlú, but èyí tó wà nínú igbó yẹn ẹja ṣígun fún wọn, káwọnú igbó lọ bá wọn, káwọnú igbó lọ bá wọn, ká lé gbogbo wọn dànù kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ wa. Tí Gani Adams bá ní òun fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, kò gbọdọ̀ máa sọ pé security òun sá fún. Èyí tó fi ń pè ní lógun ọ̀fẹ́ nìyẹn. And don't come and tell me, "Oh, shut up about Gani Adams." I have told you many times that the man so nonsense here. Gani Adams knows me very well before Sunday Igboho. And I traveled to his hometown in Akoko for more than 3 days ní mo fi sùn Akoko because of him and Dapò Williams, late Dapò Williams in London. Because ẹ̀yin kan ní sẹ́mà ẹ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ jágbàjàgbà, and nobody should take this video and misuse and construct anything I've said and put another headline. I will flag that show down. I am not fighting Gani Adams. I am just calling his attention to the insecurity happening in Yoruba land. It is his responsibility, and we pray that Alaafin TC will be able to give him that audacity to go out and do the needful and protect Yoruba land. That's all we are asking for. Enough is enough. Kí ló dé gan? Ṣé kó pa gbogbo atọ́ ni? Tẹ́yìn bá free, tẹ́ ní security. Ṣé gbogbo ala ní security? Ṣé mo lè travel nísìn lọ sí Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde? Tẹ́rù ni máa bà mí. Èkó la fẹ́ lọ, à ń kó security káàkiri. Yes, èmi náà gbọ́dọ̀ máa kó security káàkiri. Ṣé ẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀? Ṣé mo kó security ní London? Ṣé ti bá lọ káàkiri nínú London mo kó security? Even though we know that there is threat to journalists on a daily basis. That's why we are calling on Israel. Lè máa pa journalists. We will continue to shout your name out. And don't come and tell us they are terrorists. How can you kill 6 journalists in one day? Let's come back again. Sometimes these are extracted from the movie. Sometimes, thinking that blood is thicker than water, people sometimes turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to the crimes committed by those around them by blood. wọ́n commit crime láàrin wa, wọ́n commit crime nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn sọ pé torí pé Tinubu ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa ni ká dákẹ́, ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ dákẹ́ o. Ṣé kọ́ bá pa gbogbo wa tán? Koiki ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀, Gani Adams ọmọ Yorùbá ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa ni, blood is thicker than water, and Gani Adams is there and many people are being killed. Igboho dẹ̀ jáde pé ẹ fún òun láyè náà, ẹ jẹ́ ká wọnú ilé ká, àwọn people yóò tó tán pera wọn sẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n ò tó tán pera wọn. Lóòótọ́ wọ́n ní gbogbo nǹkan lọ́wọ́, bọ̀wọ́ tó tán pera wọn. Lẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ tẹ bá ní ẹ lágbára tẹ máa wá sórí social media, ẹgbẹ́ kó jágbàjàgbà lọ́jọ́, agbára wo lẹ ní? Ẹ má wá display agbára lórí social media, ẹ wọnú igbó kẹ lọ bá wa dí pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń pa wá. Ẹ yánlẹ̀ fún wọn, ẹ yán yin fún wọn, ẹ pa wọ́n dànù sínú igbó kọ́ di màníyàn. Ẹ máa sọ fún wa pé ẹ lágbára, ẹ lágbára, ẹ wá gbé picture Igboho, ẹ rò pa stupid. Àtẹ̀yìn tẹ́ ń play gbogbo game òṣì yẹn. Tẹ máa mú picture Igboho, àmọ́ Igboho tẹ́lẹ̀ rí, Igboho àjọjà ní, àjọṣe kìnnìkan ní, kìnnìkan, ẹ wọnú igbó lọ. Kẹ bá wa deal pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń ṣe jàǹbá fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Enough of this nonsense. Tẹ máa sórí social media, ẹ wá mú fídíò yẹn, ẹ wá lọ sọ̀rọ̀ Igboho towards the end. Ẹ̀yin ò ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ Igboho ní the beginning, but ọmọ Yorùbá náà, àwa náà kúkú tá bá ti rí picture Igboho báyìí, Koiki ṣó ti rí fídíò yẹn, àti gbogbo oríṣiríṣi wòlíì ti ríran, àwọn wòlíì ríran, Igboho fúnra rẹ̀ gan wòlíì tọ́lọ́run sí wa ni. Enough of this nonsense. Ẹ̀yin lágbára orí social media lẹ́tí wọ́n sọ fún èmi sọ fún yín pé kò ń ṣe Nàìjíríà, kò ń ṣe orí social media láti máa gba Yorùbá nation. Anytime èmi wà on the ground, tí bá travel lọ London, tó bá tún ní kí n máa bọ̀ nílé, mo tún bọ̀ nílé. Èmi náà bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ sí London, èmi náà níyàwó. Ẹ̀rù fáwọn ìyàwó mi náà ó wù wọ́n bí mo ṣe ń lọ tí mò ń bọ̀, kò wù wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ nísìn àkó wọn lọ sọ́lìdé, àìmọye àwọn ẹ̀yin ti kọ́ àwọn fámílì yìí nísìn yìí kó wọn lọ sọ́lìdé, ẹ̀ lọ Spain, ẹ̀ lọ Italy, ẹ̀ lọ káàkiri, ẹ̀ ń kó wá sí Nàìjíríà. Tẹ́ bá dé Nàìjíríà, ẹni kọ́ fún yín níbi sójà méjì tá máa tẹ̀lé àwọn ọmọ yín. Èyí tẹ́ wà ní diaspora, ẹ̀ wá ń sọ fáwọn tó wà nílé kọ́ fi Jésù kọ́ máa fi protect ara wọn. Why are we like this? Kí ló dé tá a fi sọ òtítọ́? Kí ló dé tó yẹ pé ọmọ Yorùbá ò fi sọ òtítọ́ mọ́? Kí ló bà wá lẹ́rù? Mo sọ fún yín pé ọ̀rọ̀ ikú, ẹ má máa jẹ́ kíkú dẹ́rù bà yín. Ikú máa dé, ìjọ tó máa dé òun nìkan ló mọ̀. Ikú dẹ̀ bá wa gbé lójoojúmọ́ ni. Ikú ń bá wa gbé lójoojúmọ́, ìgbà tó bá máa mú ẹ ló máa mú ẹ. O lè ní accident kó má kú. Ọ̀ṣínbàjò wọnú helicopter tó já wálẹ̀ ní ṣó padà kú ni, kò kú náà. Torí pé ọlọ́jọ́ ìtì sọ pé jọ̀yìn ló máa kú. Ṣèbára àwọn tó já nínú helicopter ní Ghana, àwọn 6 tó kú, kọ́nà fọ́run kẹ́ wọn. But àwa ń bẹ̀rù kú, àfi sọ̀rọ̀, professor fi sọ̀rọ̀, BSc ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, master degree ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, mechanic ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn máa pa wá ní o, ikú náà máa, ó lè jẹ́bi tó ti ń tajà ẹni mọ́tò kan máa wá gbẹ́ mọ́bẹ̀ ló máa kú dànù. Ṣèbí trailer kan sì jábọ́ ní Ìbàdàn láàrin ní tó já lórí Micra. Tàbá ní kó ṣe Yorùbá nation, ṣe Yorùbá nation náà, ṣe Yorùbá nation, ikú padà pa náà ni. Why are we fearful of death? Kí ló ń bẹ̀rù? Kí ni ikú tó ń bẹ̀rù wa? So wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Oòduà, àwọn ọmọ ìran ọmọ aládé, ṣé lótìtọ́ blood is thicker than water? If that is the case, kí ló dé tí ìyà ń jẹ ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́nu? Àwọn gọ́vnà wọ́n ní kẹ́ ṣe the needful, ẹ ṣe the needful kí ara lè dẹ àwọn aráàlú, ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa ẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Election bá wá dé nísìn, ẹ kó kúlíkúlí jáde, ẹ kó ẹ̀pà jáde, gbogbo búrẹ́dì tẹ fẹ́ há, gbogbo kúnkún tẹ fẹ́ há, ẹ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọrúkọ yín sí APC, PDP, ẹ máa há yẹn káàkiri fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ wá ń gbé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ ń gbé wa ní mugun, àwa wá ń jáde à ń sọ òtítọ́, ẹ wá ní táwa ń sọ yẹn kò tẹ́yìn lọ́rùn, ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa ó máa gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ́yìn lọ́rùn ni. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. As we continue to campaign and ask for self-determination, we will also continue to push and ask, what is the crime that Igboho committed that warrants him to have stayed outside for 4 years when we have terrorists moving up and down within the Nigeria of today? Mo kí bàbá wa Jimoh Taiwo, Lukman Jimoh, mo kí ẹ̀yin náà. Mo kí bàbá wa Adéwálé Abdulwasiu, mo kí bàbá wa Kẹ́hìndé Adérìnjó, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa Bàbá mi Oladele Christopher wọ́n ní Tinubu can never give us Yoruba nation because he belongs to Nigeria. The blood that is flowing in Tinubu vein is the blood of Nigeria, and that is why he can't give us Yoruba nation. Mo kí bàbá Ọládayọ̀ Matthew Fashola, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ ìran Oòduà, mo kí bàbá wa Lawal, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà, mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí arúgbó, bàbá wa Raymond King, mo kí yín Ọláṣebìkan, mo kí yín ní South Africa, mo kí yín ní Europe, mo kí yín ní Ghana, mo kí yín ní Sierra Leone, mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. In tá ń béèrè fún kò mú jàdá ní ẹ̀tọ́ tá ń béèrè fún a gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ kò wọ́n lójú ni. Lè lè pa gbogbo wa kò possible. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mú èmi kúrò, more people will rise that will even be worse than me. Ikú kan rẹ̀ ní pààyàn àfi tásìkò yẹn bá tó. Mo kẹ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ wa lórí TikTok. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ tẹ̀ra mọ́ níta gbé dání. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn Koiki Media staff. Ọba ńlá mo kí ẹ, Ọpẹ́ mo kí ẹ, Yakubu Kọ́láwọlé mo kí yín, Ayọ̀délé Samson mo kí yín o. Àfojúpẹ́ ní kankan rẹ́. Èyí tá máa sọ tó máa bí inú Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká wá sọ. Èyí tá ṣe ń sọ lọ́fà. Ilé ò sọ pé à ń bá wọn bàjà. Ìbéèrè tá à ń béèrè ni pé ẹ bá wa tètè gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ní kíákíá. Kẹ́ bá Tinubu sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòtítọ́ blood is thicker than water. Ìbéèrè tí mò ń béèrè ni pé ṣé blood yìí ó thicker than water lóòótọ́? If it is thicker than water, why is Tinubu not yet answer Ighoho? Why must he wait to 2027? Kí ló dé tí kò fún ní order? Release Ighoho. Kí ló ṣe? Terrorists operate within Nigeria. Mo kí ẹ brother mi Yorùbá nation la fẹ́ ní gbogbo Hong Kong. Mo kí ẹ ní America. Welcome back again as we continue. Sometimes the love of a stranger can be deeper and stronger than that of the family. Is that true? Is that a fact? Mo kí ẹ plan B. Ogundare mo kí yín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Twitter space. I'm asking again. Sometimes Asabe Asabari Entertainment mo kí yín. Mr. Awofe, thank you so much. And I haven't mentioned your name, I will catch up. Ilumonka Afa mo kí yín. Assalamu alaikum to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. Mo kí ẹ̀yin Alhaja, mo kí Alhaji. Sometimes the love of a stranger can be deeper and stronger than that of a family. We pray that those that have the know, Baale mo kí yín, will do something, because the love that Igboho still have for Yoruba people must not be taken for granted. If truly blood is thicker than water, we must also now show him the love for all the atrocity that the Fulani committed against him. Let's come back to the conversation. My name is Alaafin Koiki, and this is Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to our doorstep. Money, there are many stakeholders that doesn't want Nigeria to dissolve. Apparently, Aleri in Timothy from Hawaii, because we didn't have enough to pay the StreamYard, and they've reduced us back to just one broadcast from it. But I'll read it out. OEC.world at any time you want to reference to this. Let's go and look at it. In 2023, this is the overview. Nigeria was the number 41 out of the 195 economy in the world in terms of the GDP. Almost $364 billion current. The number 52 out of the 226 in total export. The number 164 out of 196 economy in terms of the GDP per capita. In 2023, Nigeria was the number 129 out of the 132 most complex economy according to the Economic Complex Index. Trade, the number 95 out of 96 most complex economy according to the Economic Complexity Index. Technology 2021, the number 51 out of the 137 most complex economy. All this data, it means nothing to the average man on the street. Okay, brother, I mean, the grill, barbecue, Bubu UK. I know you're too busy during the summertime where people are booking you for barbecue. Oh, they're for mini barbecue. That's just a Timberi. Now I'm in Africa. So don't say you're going to bring it to me. When I was in London, I asked you, I beg you, bàbá àdè owó tá a máa fún yín, tó bá dáhùn tó máa fún yín lówó ni drive lọ sí Birmingham, banki family. Why do we look at all these numbers, these statistics, yet the average Yoruba man, the average Nigeria doesn't have 3,000 naira in their pocket? It shows that all these statistics are lies. It's a vehicle that got stuck, that is not going anywhere. Yet, millions of people are being deceived by the politician that ìlú yẹn ṣì máa ní ìlọsíwájú. Wọ́n mọ̀ dájú pé Nàìjíríà ò lè ní ìlọsíwájú kankan. It has been stuck, and the only reason why it has been stuck is because the unity of Nigerians is not one. A kì í ṣe ìkankan náà, ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni wá. Kò sí ìfẹ́ tó lè ní sára Nàìjíríà tó bá ti ń gbọ́ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan tó tẹ̀ gbọ́ ní ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì tó gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta bó bá jẹ́ nǹkan ni ìfẹ́ yẹn máa yọ kúrò lára torí pé Nàìjíríà ò lè ṣe gbogbo tó fẹ́ fún ẹ ò bá gbàdúrà láti ẹ̀sìn kó wà nú àwẹ̀ kó lọ sórí òkè Nàìjíríà ò lè ṣe gbogbo tó fẹ́ fún ẹ because kò ń ṣe country. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ create wọ́n mọ reason tó ṣe create wọ́n ò dẹ̀ create pé kó ṣiṣẹ́. So stop fooling yourself around one Nigeria. Mo kẹ́yìn wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Mo ní many countries wọ́n lynch mara Nigeria. So kò ń ṣe Igbo nìkan. So tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Nigeria ẹ má wá sọ̀rọ̀ Igbo nìkan níbí báyìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ìlú pátá. And I'll be giving you some of the breakdown. 2 hours náà la máa ṣe broadcast yìí. We stick to 2 hours. Kò dìgbà tá a bá jókòó pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ mọ́. Ìta bá ti sọ tó bá yé wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ kò mú tó bá yé ẹ fi sílẹ̀. Àwọn tó bá máa yá yé. At the time that many of you will realize that the truth is different from ìtẹ́ sọ pé blood is thicker than water. Torí President Tinubu ò lè wà níbẹ̀ even if it's 3 years even if it's 2 years kí ìyà ṣì máa jẹ wá. That means that the country is too big to manage. So why are we then forcing our life into a country that cannot be managed or is not manageable? Lẹ́ǹkan sí mo kí màmá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Mo kí àwọn ọmọ Oòduà. I spoke to them in London. Very excited anytime we have conversation. Mo kí àwọn wives mi náà. Wọ́n kọ́ àdúró tì. Always busy as we know our mothers and our wives. For me in a few seconds. I'm trying to quickly. Money à ń bèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa. A fẹ́ wàhálà. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí ìlú kó dàrú. But ìlú tí ń dàrú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo wa là ń ṣe bíi tí a mọ̀ pé ìlú tó ń pè Nàìjíríà ó ń dàrú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Every day our lives are becoming unbearable. But the fact remains, mo kí bàbá Adéyẹmí Ọláyẹmí, is because we keep thinking blood is thicker than water. Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu bẹ́ẹ̀, èmi ò ṣe lẹ́gẹ̀ Miami. He is comfortable. Kò dẹ̀ sí eye èèyàn tó lè wà láàrin ẹ̀. He cannot, kò lè déjà bóde nísìn kó bá mi resolve problem tó wà níbẹ̀. Even if he's looking after everyone in around him. Àwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. A sọ̀rọ̀ nípa pé mò ń tọ́jú ọmọ Yorùbá bíi méjì mẹ́ta. I also have 25 staff tó wà lábẹ́ mi. Rather than me spending the money tí ó kù tí mo ní lánàá, I have to buy them their data. Because mo mọ̀ pé ó better kí n fi my younger brother asked for money, I refused to give it because ìtàn pè ní iṣẹ́ táwa gbé dání nìyẹn. Because it's either I give my younger brother 30,000 naira or I give my staff 30,000 naira that will be on the internet. and I can give me what I need at the time that they need to give me that information. It's just about 30,000. I send this up, bro. That is how deep we have become in this movement. So two of us have been, blood is thicker than water. I could have given my younger brother that money yesterday rather than giving it to my staff. Because in the staff, me, brother, me, only she. Mo le pe brother mi nisin pe sáré lọ bá mi ṣe nǹkan kan nisin kó dá mi lóhùn. Mo le pe any of my staff, go to Ibadan, go and investigate what has happened, go to this, go to that. Well, there is often power on internet because I already give them internet for 1 month. And you know a ton internet, MTN, 30,000 naira. Tó bá dìrọ̀lẹ́ nísìn, in another time mama fi parí nísìn, ìkànnì wọn máa jáde. Èyí tó fẹ́ jáde nísìn, tó bá ní internet, báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀? Ṣé mi nìkan ni mama sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation? When they also have the voice to speak on behalf of the platform called Koiki Media. This is why I said, ṣé a máa kàn fi àwọn òwe kan parọ́ mọ́ra wa, blood is thicker than water. If blood is thicker than water, why is this government of Tinubu, that is a Yoruba man, still suffering another Yoruba man? Don't pè ní Sunday Igboho. Ẹ má wá bá mi sọ pé blood is thicker than water, money bí báyìí. Because movie yẹn ti prove mi nísìn pé kò sí kankan tó ń pè ní blood. I don't want to go into the movie. In tí mo extract lára ẹ̀ ni mo fi ń ṣe analysis. Because if I have to dive into the movie, you will get lost with the discussion I'm here. Message tí brother mi send, ó sì send message mi láàárọ̀ yìí. Mo dẹ̀ pé mo ní mò ń lówó tí mo fi fún ẹ nísìn. Because priority mi làwọn staff mi nísìn. Because àwọn staff mi àjọ ń ṣe Yorùbá Nation ni. Èyí tó bá náà wọ́n ṣe Yorùbá Nation, he has the right to kick out and do what he wants to do. Mo ti sọ fún wọn lórí platform tiwa Koiki Media. And that is why they are attacking the platform, because it is the voice of the people at the moment. Kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tẹ́ máa ṣe bó ṣe máa pariwo tá máa fi délẹ̀ lílé nìyẹn. Tó bá yá gbogbo wa, mo sọ fún yín pé tásìkò bá tó ní dúró de Ìgbòho àti bàbá Akíntóyè ká tó fọ́n síta. Ó kù díẹ̀ ni àìtí débẹ̀. Baba is 90 years old. We would help him to get the message. But ní ṣe yìí tí ẹ máa fi sọ pé ọ̀daràn làwọn tó ń lọ yìí. No. A máa kó gbogbo yín, a máa kó yín náà, a máa kó yín mọ́ra. Because wọ́n ní ọgbọ́n tá máa fi tó. Ṣé ní 2021 gbogbo ìta ṣe ìbọn yẹn? A lè play game yẹn mọ́. Ìwọ tó ní kò ní bọ́ sí. Ariwo ọjà ló ń pa. Èmi ti dé ọjà lénìí, mo lọ sí ọjà kan lénìí. I máa release video yẹn when I have a lot of videos. I release it at my own comfort time. Gbogbo video tí mo ṣe lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mo sọ fún yín pé òṣèlú ẹni máa release. Gbogbo bí tí mo rìn lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mo ní sọ fún yín, kò dẹ̀ ṣe Lagos nìkan ni mo lọ. So don't come and give us this information ever again where blood is thicker than water. Blood is never thicker than water because Tinubu has not proven himself. Could they need in 2027 before he looks into Ighoho's case? He can even look into Nnamdi Kanu's case if he wants to. Because Fulani threatening gbogbo wa ni. Wọ́n threaten òun náà. Gbogbo tí wọ́n lè ṣe nígbà Buhari, wọ́n wá fẹ́ máa ṣe nígbà tí Tinubu. We might not align with him. We might not agree with him. But òun kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ proof fún wa pé blood is thicker than water. Káyà náà wá fún ní support. Let Tinubu change the voice and say kí Nàìjíríà kò pín. Tó bá bí anybody that kó wá attack Tinubu, kẹwàá rí iṣẹ́ táwa máa ṣe fún Tinubu ní bíbá. But he's not doing that. Tinubu that lives in the UK for many years. Òun ṣe dúró sílé nígbà tá Abacha ń wá. Àwọn tó dúró sílé wọ́n mọ tó fojú tá Abacha fojú wọn rí. Some of them end up in the prison. When they were released, some of them had illness that they died into that illness. But Adebanjo, Kolon Forun Kewon, Ayo Adebanjo, was put in the prison by Abacha. Abacha not that lady nisi. So stop thinking that the dead, iku ma pa gbogbo yín náà dé ni. Akpabio ló wà London nisi. Ó máa yè, ó máa kú kò tí mọ̀ bó ṣe wà yẹn nisi. Akpabio is in London. So kí la wá ń bẹ̀rù fún. So keep this phrase that blood is thicker than water. Níbo ló ti thick than water? If truly blood is thicker than water, why can you innovate? Kí ló dé tí Tinubu ń bẹ̀rù? Ta ló ń bẹ̀rù? Is he worried about the Western world? Is he worried about the European countries? Or is he worried about Shaitan of Sokoto? Don't pè ní devil of Sokoto, Sultan of Sokoto. Olórí burúkú ọmọ Fúlàní. tọ́pa gbogbo ìran àwọn Haúsá ní 1808 600 years ago tí wàá defend Nàìjíríà kọ́ Nàìjíríà ní dìgbà wo ni Nàìjíríà ò ní tán bí Tinubu bá padà wá ṣe 4 years again by 2031 ó gbọ́dọ̀ gbéjọba sílẹ̀ tó bá gbéjọba sílẹ̀ wá ṣe wàhálà lórí ẹ̀ Ọbásanjọ́ tried it, it could not. So what are we talking about? And don't come and tell us I feel restructure Nigeria. Tinubu cannot restructure Nigeria. Tinubu cannot take Nigeria back to regional government. What Tinubu can do, dissolve the union. He doesn't need the next tenure to dissolve the union. He still have 1 year in the loop. He is still the president. He can dissolve Nigeria. Call everybody on the table, share this country, call United Nations, call ECOWAS, call African Union, and ask those that wants to leave and allow us to go our separate ways. And we can create our borders and defend our lives inside our own territory. Killing a problem. How can that be a problem? But because I want it jekuje, everyone jekuje. So if I can video come, video yen, Baba Davido. Ó kó àwọn ọmọ boys méjì kan ó wá kó wọn lọ bá Dangote àwọn yẹn wọ́n wá ń ṣe yẹsà kò ní dá fún gbogbo yín kò ní dá fún gbogbo yín wọ́n wá ń ṣe báyìí fún Dangote wọ́n rá bàbà fún Fúlàní wicked people àìmọye àwọn tó wà nílé nísìn àwọn tó lè lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà lọ fún Davido birthday tọ́mọ̀wé tó àwọn yẹn lọ ń kọ́ ó tó láwọn yẹn gbé l'Amẹ́ríkà okay. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni Mr. Peter Sunday Tinubu can never do that. Very selfish, the weak element. Abẹ́ gbogbo èèyàn bá wa ẹ bá President Tinubu sọ̀rọ̀ kó tẹ̀ yọ wọ́n tẹ̀ kúrò lórí Oloye Igboho bó bá tẹ̀ fi fún wa ní Yorùbá nation àwa màmá wa Yorùbá nation ti wá lọ síwájú. He cannot stop Yorùbá nation. Ẹni máa kú ló máa kú ni and Tinubu cannot kill every one of us because bó bá pa gbogbo wa ikú náà máa pa òun náà máa padà lọ náà ni. Every one of us watching me right now, 100 years from now, a lot of us will be in our old age, if we are still alive. The time is now to speak out. Torí pé tí ó bá máa fi di 2027, kí ọkàn máa jáde pé, ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tẹ́ kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀. Every one of us must continue to speak out in whatever ways and church tó bá ń lọ tó bá ní wọn fẹ́ Yorùbá nation church pọ̀ leave that church and go to another church àìmọye church tó fẹ́ Yorùbá nation tó tẹ̀lé ní báwọn attend mo kí pastor mo ẹ káàbọ̀ mọ́ mọ́ṣáláṣí ló bá sọ fún ẹ pé àwọn ẹlẹ́bọ ní gbogbo wọn ẹ béèrè pé inú mọ́ṣáláṣí wọn ṣé wọ́n rí náà lò ṣáwọn ọmọ tó ń wá sílé kéwú tí nǹkan kan bá ṣe wọ́n ṣọ́rí tọ́jú mo kí bàbá wa Jimoh Razak ẹ ṣe gan-an ẹ̀yìn fún wa ní gift ṣé gift ni kíní tẹ máa ń jù sórí TikTok yìí because mo kí gbogbo ilẹ̀ kan sí. We are all saying that this union can be dissolved peacefully. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ fẹ́ Yíbò kó fẹ́ Yíbò ẹni tó bá fẹ́ fẹ́ Fúlàní kan kó lọ fẹ́ Fúlàní but a gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀rú Fúlàní tó fẹ́. But the fact that everybody is hiding, everybody is distracting you. They're looking for justice for this, looking for... Have we found justice for those that need justice? Tell me, family Bamishe that was killed on the BRT. 3 weeks ago, the sister called me. Onore mommy dear, ṣé mo lè bá wọn rí àwọn NGO tó lè ra mọ́tò fóun mo ní kí ló máa fi ṣe ó ní kó máa fi ṣe Uber. Kí ló cost Governor Sanwó-Olú àwọn family yẹn kó fi wọ́n sí in tó ń pè ní VVIP anytime tó bá sick kó lọ sí hospital ìyá àgbàlagbà ṣàṣẹ máa bẹ Sanwó-Olú ni ṣé Lagos state ò lówó ni. Why are these politicians wicked? Kí ló dé tẹ wà wicked by? Ìyá yẹn wà láyé ẹ̀yin náà lẹ pọ̀ wọ́n ẹ̀ inú bíà tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó kú sínú public inú private transportation ní máa blame government inú BRT lẹ pa sí inú BRT ìyá yẹn wà ní sí níbi tí tó ń rọ́jú. This was about kí n tó travel lọ́mọ yẹn pè mí ló sunkún pé kí n jọ ti bá mọ̀yàn tó yé táwọn lè bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó lè táwọn yá ọmọ á ní èmi náà mọ̀yàn ó ní gbogbo ibi tó bá dẹ̀ lọ báyìí àfi kọ́ fi bá wọn sùn kọ́ tó fẹ́ ṣe kankan tó bá dẹ̀ tó bá wọn sùn tán náà wọ́n ní ṣe kankan náà gbogbo ibi tó náà ń lọ ṣó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣó yẹ kí ọmọ tó pa tí tó kú ní Lagos State tó pa ní BRT àwọn kan wọn náà wá justice for Mohbad Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká rí justice for Mohbad but justice for Bámiṣé is not yet been resolved. Justice for Jumoke Oyeleke that was killed as well during the 2021 mega rally mo gbọ́ tíyàn kan ní ẹ àwa Yorùbá nation wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn rẹpẹtẹ níbẹ̀ ṣáwa la yìnbọn pa wọ́n ṣébi ni mo gbé ìbọn síta right àwọn èèyàn protest in London over 529 people were arrested and as at yesterday about 300 have been released on bail kí ló lè tó yẹn tàbá ṣe rally ṣe yẹ kó máa discharge ìbọn ṣáwa la yìnbọn pa wọ́n. Wicked people will come online and be talking nonsense. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ṣáwàlá ṣé mi ni mo ní kọ́ yìnbọn pa wọ́n ẹ̀tọ́ wa kọ́ là ń béèrè fún 500 and do you know what it means by 529 people this Saturday not last week or this Saturday people that were protesting against British supporting the Israel mission in Palestine where over 52,000 children have died. 500 people were arrested. By Sunday, over 300 have been released on bail. The Scottish people are asking for the same thing that we're asking for. They are asking for right to self-determination. They will be having a big protest again, I believe, if not this month. I believe it's in August or next month. I can't remember now. The Twitter handle one. So whatever our demands, whether the government likes it or not, our demand is still on the table, and that demand is Ighoho needs his freedom. Self-determination will never die, and we are not going to be put under any condition. Free Ighoho, free Ighoho's account, give him back his freedom. It's not too much if blood is thicker than water. Statements here. When I was watching that movie, Moabes in pause, I started writing it out, and I'll read it out one more time so that we can get the clarity. Aare Tinubu will do the needful and look into it and say, Muki Iwalewa, ọ̀dájú dẹ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn olóṣèlú yẹn. Yayi wà l'America ní ó celebrate 56th birthday in America. It's okay if he's a private citizen. I will not call his name out, but he's a public servant. Níbo ló ti rówó? Níbo ni Yayi ti rówó tó fi lọ celebrate birthday? Hello, ọgbọ̀gbọ́n tí gbogbo yín dá. And Tinubu said he has given you all more money as a senator to look after the constituency, which many of you have saved that money for another election next year. If tó bá jẹ́ pé òmùgọ̀ ní gbogbo wa, tó bá di next year, ká má dìde kẹ́ tó máa sọ pé election. I am not coming here to tell you that there is going to be election. When I told you that we shouldn't accept any election, ẹ̀yin náà lẹ lọ dìbò fún wọn. Many Yoruba people are campaigning. One campaign for Aare Mubo and Olè. Mo kí brother mi. Lola rather. On the TikTok. So that you know it is you I'm greeting. Why don't we want to speak out against all this injustice? Who are we scared of? Kalamberu. Who are we scared of? Should we open the phone line so that get on the input? Enter our Instagram. I only have one phone. Since we could not pay for our StreamYard, they've kicked us out. We cannot use all the network that we use to bring everybody together. That's why we have all the phones running separately. So enter our TikTok. You got to find another platform to continue watching it. I will open the phone line. And I'll also allow those on the TikTok if you want to have one or two conversations. Once again, my name is Alaafin Koiki. Each senator collects nothing less than 1 billion naira. Do you know what 1 billion is? Another platform if you want to continue watching. The number to the studio, you all know the number. I will allow you to call in if we can stick to the 2 hours. If the call comes in more than that, we'll probably take it a little bit more than that. But I am here just for 2 hours. Jókòó 3 hours kọ́kọ́ mọ́ ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ wa kó gbọ́ wa ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ kó má gbọ́ ilé lèmi wà tó bá ká gbogbo alára àtàwọn tá fẹ́ wá lé o àtàwọn tá wà ń lé o àbẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ wa Ìgbòho nìkan kọ́ lẹ́ máa ti síwájú gbogbo wa la máa pariwo lè ti Ìgbòho nìkan síwájú Gani Adams wà nílé a máa fà á láṣọ a máa fà á. It's not that we are disrespecting him. I have told him many times, I love him too much. If he says he needs me when they are ready to go for any mission, I will be in his house first thing in the morning tomorrow. And don't be scared of all these people. Ọmọ àfikún lẹ́yìn, ẹni tó fikún lẹ́yìn, ikú náà ń bọ̀ wá báwọn náà. Kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tí kò lè pa. Mo kí gbogbo ilé nǹkan sí. So if you want to come in or you want to call in into the program, I will release the number again. And tó bá mọ number yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀, do not call any other number apart from this. Miss Kiba Baba Brown Akinola, +4474. +44 is the UK code. You can only call on WhatsApp because I'm not in London, so you cannot call the phone direct. +4474 04405917. Is blood thicker than water? I can't read a lot of the comment on TikTok. I'm trying to look at it, but it's just too small for me. Maybe I have to increase the front of my phone. Peter Sunday said, Tinubu can never give us Yoruba nation. We should not hope on him. Thank you so much. Is blood thicker than water? Ṣé Tinubu lè consider Yoruba nation as an option of an exit plan for him, or he will continue and push himself to 2027 and do that if that is what he wants? When you got the face or tell you, but I leave that for now. Power journalist, sometimes your brain wants you to say something, and I've promised my mother that I'll be very patient when I'm doing my broadcast moving forward now. So let's see. We will wait. If they don't get any call, I will then start winding down the program. But we have about 30 minutes to play with. My name is Alaafin Koiki. It's the first time. Let's go back to the OEC. Monima Afunila on countries quickly. Countries that are sucking out of Nigeria one way or the other. It's unfortunate that we can't see the graph. But since that we already have a call coming through, let's take that call. Emma Kimilotiti, and go straight to the point. Need to kick me. Emma worry me pay me. And go straight to the point.
Hello.
Eti wa lórí ètò, ẹ lọ straight to the point.
Hello. Okay. Mr. Koiki, ẹ ṣe ribiribi lẹ ń ṣe fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá.
Tí ìbá ṣe ẹlòmíì máa ṣe, mo kí Alájà Àyìnkẹ́ Àṣẹdùmarè.
Bó ṣe wà ọdún tó kí bí ìyẹn bàbá wa tó bá jáde lọ́la, ìyẹn bàbá Gani Adams tó bá jáde lọ́la tó bá ní wọ́n nídìí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá láti kọ́ tẹ̀lé wọn lọ Kwara State níbi tó ti ń ṣe àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní ṣùtá tó fi ń pa àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó fi ń pa àwọn tó bá jáde lọ́la tó bá lóun nídìí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pé ká tẹ̀lé òun lọ àti àwọn ọmọ náà a máa tẹ̀lé wọn lọ àti bàbá wa Ọláyọmí Kòìkì a máa tẹ̀lé wọn lọ ni àti kán dìde kúrò ní ojú oorun wọn wọ́n pa àwọn Yorùbá náà ó dìgbà tí bàbá wa ní Ọ̀yọ́ ó dìgbà tó bá pè wọ́n pé ó yá ẹ dìde jẹ́ nìyẹn ṣe bí ipò tó wà nìyẹn ipò tó fi wọ́n sí nìyẹn ó fi pa ọmọ Yorùbá lọ́nà ó dìgbà tó máa pa wá tán ni ṣe kí ló dé gan àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ẹnu wa ò kí kò ó yẹ kí ẹnu wa ó kò wa nígbà tí mo wà nílẹ̀ Haúsá tí mo wà ní Kaduna mo máa ń rí bí àwọn Haúsá wọn máa ń cooperate láàrin ara wọn máa cooperate tó kẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kí n tẹ̀gbọ́n kan fún yín mo ń bọ̀ láti Ìkẹjà ní àná Márúwá ó kọlu ọ̀kadà Amọ́là ẹ̀jẹ̀ bílí pé ọlọ́kadà ẹ̀ dúró tó kọlu ẹ̀ ó dúró bó ṣe dúró ní kò pé 1 second ẹ̀ bílí pé àwọn bíi 40 Haúsá tó ń gun ọ̀kadà wọ́n ti dúró tí ọmọ Ìgbò rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn wọ́n ti dúró tí ọmọ Ìgbò tó ń wa Márúwá ẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe ọmọ Ìgbò rẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ní ṣùtá wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe tọ́lọ́ ló ṣe àjọpọ̀lọ́ ló ṣe fẹ́ ìmúlẹ̀ àdúrà tí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn mo ní pé kò sí kan máa fi ṣe kò sí kan mú wá sọ fún ọ pé kí ló dé ṣé ẹ̀ ń wo àwọn méjèèjì tán jà ní tó kí ni mo tó láti sọ ní pé àwọn Haúsá wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn ju àwa Yorùbá lọ àwa ń tu àkàmá pàkó àwa ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká dìde wọ́n ti ń pa àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lọ ní Kwara State odidi táwọn mẹ́rin ní wọ́n ti sọ di ahoro láti jẹ́ta tó bá wo àwọn táwọn ẹ̀ ẹ̀rí pé gbogbo wọ́n ti pa wọ́n ẹyọ ọmọ Yorùbá ẹjẹ ká dìde ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní abroad náà ẹ support àwọn tá wà nulẹ̀ ẹ support àwọn tá ọmọ tó lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gan oṣù kékeré ẹ má jẹ́ kó sún yín ẹ má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ yín ẹ má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ yẹ ká dìde ẹ̀yin kan lè wálé ká dojú gbogbo ẹ̀rú kátà gbogbo ẹ̀ kí ló dé ẹ má jẹ́ ká ṣojo àti rẹ́dì láti lọ bíbẹ̀ àti rẹ́dì lọ sí Ondo State náà ayúmájì ànílẹ̀ bàbá wa adẹ̀lájú wa alẹ́ ìyẹn bàbá Gani Adams kọ́ndìdé kọ́ lójú oorun wọn kí ló kọ́ndìdé náà tí wọ́n ń retí pé kí aláàfin wá pàṣẹ fún wọn ni tí wọ́n ń retí pé kí aláàfin wá pàṣẹ fún wọn pé ó yá mo ṣí ogun fún ẹ ó yá lọ sí Kwara State ó lọ sóńdó ìlú bàbá Gani Adams ní ẹ ní Ondo State kí ló dé enough is enough ẹ jẹ́ ká tají lójú oru wa má jẹ́ ká máa blame ara wa ká máa blame pé bàbá Sunday Igboho ṣe lé bàbá Gani Adams ṣe lé nítorí àwọn afẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀dà ìkan táwọn Haúsá fi ń ṣe nìyẹn ẹnu wọn máa ń kò ní ẹnu àwọn Haúsá wọn máa ń kò ní tó bá bá wọn Yorùbá náà ní ọ́fíìsì kan tó bá fi Yorùbá kí ọmọ Yorùbá English là máa fi dáhùn but Haúsá bá ríra wọn dákàdédè pẹ̀lú the high key lákwana àjọ kí àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ tó wá lóò nídìí iṣẹ́ owó kan náà máa fún níṣẹ́ but Yorùbá sì máa bèrè pé ṣé o ní complication kí ni complication ẹ̀ ṣe school staff lónìí ni àbí kìnnìkan but Haúsá kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló dé kí ló ṣàwá Yorùbá àmọ́ too no it's too much for Yorùbá people ó ti pọ̀ jù too no ó ti pọ̀ jù wá lọ jù kí ló dé ẹ jẹ́ ká jí lójú olówó náà àkókò lélẹ́yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká yàgò wọn tó kọ́ tó pera wọn ti pa àwọn èèyàn tán náà wọ́n ti pa àwọn àtàn ní Kwara State náà kí ló dé enough is enough bàbá mi Koiki wẹ́jọ àsìkò wa lélẹ́yìí ẹ lọ wo fídíò tí Ayọ̀délé Fáyọ̀ṣe tó ṣe láìpẹ́ yìí mo ti sẹ́ẹ̀dì ẹ̀ sí yín lórí platform yín àwọn kan ti dìde Ayọ̀délé Fáyọ̀ṣe àkókò wò pé ṣé former governor Ekiti state ẹ lọ wo àwọn kì í ṣojo lẹ́kìtì o àwọn kì í ṣojo ẹ ṣàrí nígbà tí bàbá wa ẹni bí gbogbo ẹni pé number one ni wá ní Nàìjíríà number one ni bó ṣe kéré tó yẹ number one ni wá ẹ ṣe gan God bless you Yorùbá nation now.
ẹ ṣe gan ni bàbá wa tí wọ́n bá wọlé thank you very much.
inú bí mi Ọlọ́run kí ló dé
ẹ ṣe gan ni
kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀.
ẹ ṣe gbogbo wa náà ni à ń bínú lọ́tún lọ́sì mo kí gbogbo wa ẹ jẹ́ fún yín ní update nípa ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n sentence ní UK no sentiment mo kí bá yàwá Alájà Àyìnkẹ́ mo kí gbogbo platforms pátápátá akíkanjú bàbá wa wòrò ṣàṣà bàbá wa Gani Adams mo kí àwọn náà dáadáa we are not fighting him here we love him too much we are just calling him this is the time he needs to confirm that he is with us on security if he's not with us on the breakup of Nigeria. A man who raped and sexually assaulted a woman in Gloucester is jailed. This is the kind of country I want us all to live in. Ẹ jẹ́ gbé bàbá wa Kẹ́hìndé Adérìnjó kó wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ kíákíá. A 33-year-old man, Mr. Michael Ṣẹ́gun